So I put up this button here. If anybody is familiar with the Syracuse area, then you probably know where Camillus is. It's a place called Township 5. In the Township 5, there's a shop called the Branching Out Bottle Shop. See how I had to switch hands because I couldn't tell. So that's the Branching Out Bottle Shop. You can go in there and they will sell you some weird beer. And if you ask them, tell them Narcloth sent you for the weird beer, okay? And they will point you towards it. But tonight I'm going to do the Pastryarchy. That's right, edition 17 of the Pastryarchy. This is banana bread pudding Hefeweizen. And I got a feeling it's going to be weird. I'm going to pour myself a glass here. It's a lovely golden hue. You know, I love a golden hue. Let's see here. It's got a good head on it. It's not, I gave it a side pour, so it's not like, immense, but it builds a good head. Very, very nice bubbles on there. Have a look at that. There you go. Not too shabby, right? It's got a good smell to it. There's a peanut butter thing going on with a chocolate thing. Okay, here's the thing about Hefeweizen. It's always going to taste like bananas. That's just kind of part and parcel to what it is. But it has kind of a on top of the banana thing, it has a chocolate peanut butter bready kind of thing. Which I guess that's the idea. It's banana bread pudding Hefeweizen. So that makes perfect sense. I'm picking up, yeah, it's all sweet. I'm not even picking up the bread part of it. It's just an all sweet thing going on here. I mean, it smells like candy. It smells like dessert is what it smells like. And take a sip. Woo! And there's the banana. Whoa! Yep. Yeah, there is the banana. But then it's okay. So right out of the gate, it hits you in the face with the banana, which is what all Hefeweizens do, and I don't like them for that reason. I'm not a huge fan of Hefeweizens, but this one definitely like slaps you in the face with the banana. But then immediately after that, it's like, okay, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, and then it gives you the breadiness, and there was 100%. They got chocolate in there. It's 100% a chocolatey flavor that they've managed to pull off. How peculiar. Nice rich mouthfeel, foamy. Said this before, it's like having a feather comforter on your tongue. Just go to bed. It's comfy. It's not. The weird part is, like, once the foam subsides, it's not thick. This doesn't come off as like a chunky beer. It comes off as like a relatively, thin situation here. Just with a lot of fuzz when you first take that sip. Banana hits you in the nose. And then that chocolate comes to say, hi, how you doing? I'm chocolate. Would you like to fuck around? And I'm like, yes. Yes, I would. That's just fine by me. It's a little too heavy for like... okay, so this is not like sit on a hot porch and drink this beer. This is not cool you down on a summer's afternoon beer. This is actually warm you up on a chill autumn day beer. This is a pick me up, and it gives me a sense of, I don't know. I feel like this is more like in your desserty category. I feel like this is not something. If you're at like a party or something, you're not going to want to slam like 3 of these in a row. You are going to get like, first of all, you're going to get faced because it's 6.2% alcohol by volume per, and it's a big old boy. This is not, this is not a regular can. It's a tall boy. So yeah, if you slam 3 of those, you'd be like in deep. But then on top of that, it's a little too heavy to take down repeated glasses of this. I think this is one of these things where you just kind of like, perhaps after dinner, you have a sit down with the lads. Maybe turn on the game. I don't know. And then once you've done so, you may as well have a sip or two. Don't mind if I do. And regale your mates with a couple of good stories about the older days of sporting, back before we had those padded helmets and such. You could certainly cozy up with the one you love and say, yeah, have some banana bread beer. And she'd say, that's rather sweet. And you'd say, not half as sweet as you, my dear. And she'd say, oh, you are a corny old bugger, aren't you? I have to bring out the Matt Berry every once in a while. It happens organically. The word would not come into my head. But yeah, it's kind of an organic thing. No, it's good. It's like I said, this is an after dinner beer, not a big dinner. You'd be too full and you'd be like, oh, and you'd hand it off. I'm not always complimentary of the beer. And that's okay. I do actually like this one, but you could not handle this and a heavy meal. You'd be hurting from it. This is a substantial beverage. And you would pay for that. You'd have to loosen up that belt. But yeah, it is real nice, and I usually Hefeweizens, it's 2 banana E. Is that a thing? It's too much of that. And it's I don't know, they don't usually work for me. I've tried a couple since I started going and branching out, and most of them have been like a hard pass. But I actually really like this one because of the weedy malted bread notes, and then the chocolate on top is just absolutely making this one work for me. Who makes this? Craft be cherished, rules be damned. Duclaw Brewing Company. Interesting. What an odd motto. Duclaw Brewing, the Pastryarchy. Banana bread pudding Hefeweizen. I would say I usually when I'm rating the beers, I usually tend to talk about it in terms of like, is this one worth it? Is it worth trying? And the answer in this case is yeah, it's absolutely worth trying. Is it worth finishing? That's going to be down to the individual. I'm going to finish it because I like it. I actually really like this one. But some people will find this too heavy. You may have noticed I've had to pause several times in order to like kind of quiet burp. It's a lot. It sits heavy in the stomach. So that might be too much for some people. The banana might be a little too aggressive. But the chocolate is who doesn't like chocolate? Everybody likes chocolate. Chocolate's delicious. I just made a Shrek joke on stream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I let you down.